Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week here live on Facebook. You know, I get the opportunity to do this each week and love all of your feedback and your participation. So if you're watching live now, make sure that you let me know you're around and would appreciate your feedback. So today I want to talk about the power of questions. I've often heard that the quality of our life is in direct proportion to the questions that we ask ourselves. And I want you to think about a time in your life when you were up against a challenge. In fact, you might be in it now. And oftentimes what happens is when we are in those challenges, and our minds start to wander, we start to question ourselves. Can I do this? Do I have what it takes to be able to move through this situation? And the fact of the matter is when we're asking those self-doubt questions, we oftentimes get self-doubt answers. And one of the prevalent questions that comes through is, can I do this? And think about this. Think about if you're in a situation and you ask yourself that question, what comes forward? In fact, just do that now and, can I do this? Oftentimes what happens is the feelings of self-doubt and, just this ability to not really understand your full capacity. And it's not the best way for us to deal with challenges. But what about if we turn that question around and we just make a real small change to it and we say, how can I do this? Now, when we go to the how can I do this, what ends up happening is our brain goes to another function where we start looking for answers. We start getting curious. We start getting excited. We start getting exhilarated, like when you get a creative idea. So think about that when you've got a challenge, rather than can I do this? How can I do it? Because now your brain gets in that mode. And in fact, what ends up happening is we move from a result orientation to a process orientation. And when we're in process orientation, all we have to do is take one step to the next, to the next, to the next. And pretty soon things get done. So how do you do this and how do you make that happen on a regular basis? Well, in the martial arts, we have a process we call the black belt cycle of success. And it's originally designed to help students get through their black belt training and also help them stay on point, but can really be used in any kind of situation. And in fact, I use it frequently with my coaching clients as well as martial arts students. And it's a 6-step process that I want to share with you now. And the first one is to know what you want. And so that's pretty easy to say, right? But oftentimes we're not very clear about what we really want to create, what we really want to achieve. So know what you want is about getting that clear vision. Number 2 is have a plan. And that really speaks to how do I do it? So, how do you take this large thing that you want to create or this challenge that's in front of you and break it down into small digestible pieces so that you're able to have a plan for how you move through that? So you know what you want, you have a plan. Number 3 is have a success coach. Have someone that you can go to that has gone through this process before. Maybe they've had the same type of challenge. And it's not that you just go for answers. I always tell my students and my staff when I ran a martial arts school is you can come to me with any problem, just as long as you've already thought about a solution. So, go to those coaches, go to those mentors that you have, but already put a plan together and then get feedback on the plan. How can you improve it? How can you make tweaks to it? And how can they shine some light on it, on things that you hadn't considered? Next is take consistent action. And what that means is when you have that plan, it's not something you just create and then you put in a folder and you stick it in a drawer, but how do you take action on it daily, weekly, and monthly? Because the only way to ever get somewhere is to take that consistent action. Now, some might say you got to take massive action, and I think that works as well, but where I've seen through my experience where it really holds true is when people keep showing up consistently through that consistent, small, digestible actions. Then what you want to do is you want to review your progress. So whether those are daily or monthly or weekly, but take some time, maybe it's once a week, to see how you're doing versus your objectives so that you can formulate, you can course correct. And then the final piece, number 6, is to renew your goals. So once you've gone through that process and you hit that next milestone, what's the next? So know what you want, have a plan, have a success coach. Take consistent action, review your progress, and renew your goals. And if you have that process in place, Now what happens is you start ask yourself some really profound questions about how you can make things happen positively. Your brain will help you find the answers, and you'll be able to achieve what you want. So my challenge for all of us this week is, what are the questions we're asking ourselves? And if we're asking ourselves positive questions, where can we really continuously utilize those so we're having the breakthroughs that we want? So anyway, Chris Natzke here again with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hey, if you liked this video, if you gained value from it, please make sure to like, comment, and share. And hey, if there's someone out there you really think would would receive some value from it, even if you send it to them in a private message, I'd appreciate that as well. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.